Hi, this is Neil from ratinghorses.com. Hope you're well. It is indeed Monday, the 21st of December. Time is 11:15 a.m. and I've just managed to squeeze 20-30 minutes of spare time to bring you a quick search through today's ratings, and hopefully we can find a little bit of value. The last time I did this, I do believe the date was the 18th of December, so a few days ago, where we managed to find a juicy 8-1 winner in a small field race. If you haven't seen that video yet, go to YouTube, search Rating Horses, and that will bring up the Rating Horses channel. Don't forget to subscribe while you're there. And then you will get notification when we do upload a new video on the YouTube channel, so you can view that. So yeah, all our videos are on our YouTube channel, and let's hope we can find a little bit of value today. Well, this is pretty much off spec today because I didn't think I would have any spare time coming up towards Christmas, but of course this will be the last chance now until Boxing Day, which I expect will be very busy with the family. But I am hoping to upload 1 or 2 videos between Boxing Day and New Year. There's all some fantastic and an awful lot of racing during this Christmas period. So hopefully I can upload something then. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get into it. As I say, time is 11:17 now. So I'm going to scroll. First of all, going to click onto the races tab for time order. And I'm going to obviously email you all the link about this, but obviously I want to give you a little bit of chance to actually find the email. I know we're all busy, as some of us are still at work, of course. I'm going to start looking at races from 2 o'clock onwards. Okay, so for those of you that have got access to a laptop or an iPad or device or any sort of device today, then it gives you an hour or two to be able to view the video. Well, many of you will know that we all will use the data completely differently. This is the way I use it. How I use it is not necessarily the way that everybody else will use it. I look for each way value, firstly, in good handicap, high grade races. Failing that, then I will drop down the classes, maybe to class 5 or even class 6 if need be. And then I will look for each way value. I'll go through the data, then I'll get a picture of what sort of prices and bets I'd want to place on each horse, and then I would go to Odds Checker and see if we can get value. Of course, sometimes that means the horse that I've picked or my second choice is a non-runner, but I don't want to deflect that. I don't want the actual price to affect my judgment of how I read a race. So I always go to Odds Checker last. That may not suit you, of course. It's just the way I work, and of course everybody is different. The 205 at Lingfield looks a good open race. It's a handicap. It's class 4. 12 runners go to post. And the first thing that springs to mind here is there is not an awful lot between these ratings. Even from top to bottom, only 10 separates the ratings. At first glance, I would probably go down, and the cutoff point will be 15 for me. So I should look at all these horses and consider all these horses down to a sure welcome that it's 15th, unless something crops up on these bottom few. Now, we can see that the R1, there's 3 horses, excuse me, in double figures, which are Count Otto, Arafajan, and Merhoob. There's not an awful lot between any of the horses on the R2, although Benefit Street has the low score with 4. As I say, there's not much between these, just a mark of 3 for the top 7 or 8 horses, so a very open event. We can see that there is a positive draw bias for the lower stalls from 1 up to 8. Preferably, you do want to be drawn high. Just bear with me. The landline is now going. I'm just going to pause. Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. Working from home at the moment, and that was the landline. And guess what? It was a window salesman. Yes, it happens to the best of us. Okay, so yes, there's strong draw bias positive for the lower runners. We can see that all runners have had a recent run, some as soon as 2 days ago, all the way up to just a month ago, 31 days ago. So every horse has had a recent run. I'm going to scroll. What I can see is the RTF figure, that every trainer's got an RTF figure, which is good. We'll look at that again shortly. We can see that there's 2 course and distance winners. Those are Count Otto, which is the top rated horse, joint top rated, alongside Mehoob. A lot of horses have won over distance, and one horse has won over the course, which is Bombastic. The OF strategy, not an awful lot to separate these horses. Tin Hat is top rated with 10.67, but even if we go down to the 5th or 6th horse, we can see it's got a positive score, and there's not an awful lot between the top and the 6th and 7th ranked horse on the OF strategy. A couple of negatives: Bombastic, Charming Kid, Where's Mick, and Benefit Street has quite a big negative rating there. Speed figures, we can see that there's 3 with joint top speed figures: Assure Welcome, Tin Hat, and Aravajan. And if we look at the power rating, as you see, all this data in this race does seem to be a little bit of a mumble jumper, which is my first thought, which was this is going to be a very open race. Looking at the ratings, if we can see, look at the power rating, our joint top rated horse is Count Otto is 11th ranked and has got quite a low rating, which is probably a reason that I would dismiss that horse straight away. Tin Hat is top power rated horse, Pop Answer second, Assure Welcome is third, but there's not an awful lot between those runners. If we scroll across to the official figures, I'm dismissing Count Otto because of the poor power rating. Alavjan started off 71 6 runs ago. He's now off 74 today. Has been fairly consistent if you look at his form: second, third, first, third. Was off 74 last time out, finishing third off that same mark today. Mehoob was off a mark of 95 6 runs ago, has now drifted down to 87th, but again, has not been showing too much on the form book. Other horses, you see Alhambra has dropped £7 from 6 runs ago, but again, not an awful lot to get excited about. Tin Hat was off 82, was off 83 last time out, come third, down a pound again today. You can see it's been there or thereabouts, not too bad form wise. We can see Eve Johnson Houghton, the trainer, has got a good RTF of 71. Doc Sportello 79, 79, 79, 80, 79. Then the horse won, and then it was put up £6 by the handicap. It's dropped down a pound today, but you could argue this horse is probably weighted to its best now. Bombastic is up a couple of pounds from 6 runs ago. Assure Welcome is down £4 from 6 runs ago. Was off a mark of 78 last time, 78 today, finished third. RTF, John Spearing 100%, which is great, but that may mean he's only had one runner. We will look at that in further detail shortly. Pop Dancer is up £4 from 6 runs ago. You can see it was on 82, and then a couple of runs ago it won, and then it was put up £3, and then over 85 and 86. So yeah, I think that horse is probably handicapped up to its best as well. And I'm not going to go. Charming Kid 90 down £9, £10 since last time out. Let's just have a quick look at Charming Kid. As we can see, all the other figures aren't really. So from what I'm looking at the data at the moment, let's see if we can narrow down the field a little bit. Let's slowly go through each individuals. Arijan is £3 up from 6 runs ago. That for me is a possibility. I'm going to have to dismiss a few horses in this race and to try and narrow down the field. Tin Hat is another one that I'm interested in. If you look, consistent, just 2 off the top, fairly consistent. It's got good draw bias, good RTF for the trainer, won over distance before, good figures there, and he's off the top down. So Tin Hat, what I'm gonna do is not make a mistake I made last time when I couldn't remember the horse or the race. I'm going to make a note of a couple of horses. So Arivjan and Tin Hat. Going to dismiss Dark Sportello. Bombastic. Sure Welcome has been there or thereabouts. 100. Good ratings here. It's down £4 from 6 runs ago. Sure Welcome is another one. Is there anything else? Pop Dancer. Going to dismiss that because of the draw bias. Shall I go as low as? No. So, looking at the data, trying to build a bit of a picture. We know it's going to be an open event. We're taking all the data into the account, and I've narrowed this down to 3 at the moment. Arivjan, Tin Hat, and Sure Welcome. Now, although Sure Welcome is obviously 7th, 8th rated, as I say, there's not an awful lot between these ratings. It does look like it's going to be an open event. All 3 of our horses have good draw bias. John Spearing has an RTF of 100, Tin Hat 71, and Jan Robert Cal 50. All have decent figures here across the board. Arivjan has a power rating of 28, which is 5th ranked, but although Tin Hat is quite well clear, 61 with a power rating. Next one is Pop Dancer with 45. So I'm going to just put a little asterisk by Tin Hat. Tin Hat, we know, is off the same mark as it was 6 runs ago. It's been up in the weights and then down. But it hasn't managed to get its head in front, which is one downside Arivjan has, although he's slightly up in the weights now. Sure Welcome, again, another horse that has not managed to get its head in front, but is £4 lower. So I'm just going to make a few marks there. All right, let's have a look at the actual trainer and jockey form. Arivjan Robert Cal. Now, this is where we must concentrate here. We can see that Robert Cal has a 50% RTF figure. Now, as I've said before, the RTF figure is a figure given to each trainer's horses. So what this figure means is that Robert Cal's horses in the last 14 days, of which there has been 6 runners, 15%, 50%, half of these runners have run to form or better. 50% haven't. Okay, so this is a completely different figure to the actual win stats, 14-day stats. Tin Hat, we can see Eve Johnson Houghton, her runners, of which there has been 7, 71% of these runners have considered to run up to expected form or better. And we can see there's been 1 winner, so she has a 14% win strike rate. A sure welcome, John Spearing whopping the maximum 100% RTF figure. We can see, however, that John has had 3 runners in the last 14 days. None of these runners have won, but as I say, the RTF is showing that all 3 of these runners in the last 14 days have run up to form or better than expected. So we could say that trainer is starting to run into a bit of form. Jockey Luke Morris, 16% strike rate. Tin Hat George Adobe taking £5, 17% strike rate, and Harald Shan, 8 winners for Holly Doyle with a 20% strike rate. And congratulations to Holly Doyle, finished 3rd in this year's Sports Personality of the Year last night. So let's just quickly go through. As like I say, do I want to dismiss any of that? Let's try and cut these 3 down to 1 or 2 picks. I'm going to keep Tin Hat as one of my picks. If we can see that we scrolling across, distance winner, comes out very well top rated on the OF, the speed, the power rating, and that's a big key for me there, the Tin Hat. Eve Johnson Houghton is in form, and we've got to remember, sorry, I had to cut off there. There was somebody at the door, so we're having everything at the moment, phone calls and door knocking. Yeah, George Adobe is taking £5 off Tin Hat today. So if we look at Tin Hat, we can see it started off 82 6 runs ago, has gone up slight 83, 82, so it's been there about 82. Handicap mark over the last 6 runs, £5 off its back today. George Adobe has had 1 winner from 7 runs, so Tin Hat is definitely going to be one of my selected horses. So I want to see if I can narrow down from Arojam and Sure Welcome, and let's see if we can see that Arojam won 2 runs ago. 71, 72 mark, was then put up 74, still off 74. Robert Cowell, 50% RTF. Top rated, of course, although there's not an awful lot between them. A Sure Welcome, John Spearing, good marks, 1, 2, 3. So in the top 3 for this data here. I think I'm going to side with a Sure Welcome. So I'm going to cross out Ariojan, and now I'm going to go and look at our odds column. Now, so there are 2 horses, Tin Hat and a Sure Welcome. Tin Hat, according to our odds, should be around 4 to 1. A Sure Welcome, our odds suggesting this horse should be around 7 to 1. We can see at the time the ratings were developed last night that Tin Hat opened, well, it was available at 13 to 2. So that is offering value. Now, can we still get that price? We will have to look and see. A Sure Welcome, pretty much match up. Again, 7 to 1 was forecast price. Now, before I look at odds checker, I'm looking for 2 things. First of all, do these horses offer value? So I will be looking for Tin Hat to be giving us an each way price, hopefully. Ideally, I'll be looking for 5 to 1, which would be 6 decimal points. Sure Welcome each way, again, I'm looking hopefully for 7 to 1, and that's the price that it was last night. Now, although I'm looking for value, and I'm looking for one more key thing, and that is I wouldn't be disappointed if I couldn't quite get the value that I wanted, but there'd been money for the horse today, this morning. So I shall be looking to see if I can find value, and I'm hoping it's not the end of the world if it's not, but I'm hoping there's been a little bit of money for the horse, or at least the horse is stabilised. Of course, these are the two horses that I will be looking to back if there is good prices available. If the horse has drifted, it won't put me off. It will slightly, of course, but I will still back the horse. If he's drifted, that means obviously we're going to get a bigger price. And drifters do win, of course. We're just looking at the market. So 205 at Lingfield. Let's pop over to Odds Checker and let's see what we can get. Right, here we go. So we can see that Tin Hat. First of all, let's scroll down, see if there's any non-runners, and there's not. So we can see that Tin Hat, our odds were suggesting that this horse should be around 4-1. It has been backed today because we can see that the blue means the horses have been backed. The forecast price last night was 13-2. Okay, so when the ratings were developed on a Sunday evening at around 7:30, 8 o'clock, the price of Tin Hat was 13-2. So this horse is basically halved in price. So it's obviously well fancied, and there's been money for the horse. Because it's halved in price, I am prepared to back this as a win bet. Remember our odds column, if we go back to our odds column, we can see that Tin Hat, our odds suggest that this horse should be around 4-1. So we're going to be taking half a point less because it's available at 7-2. But we can see that from last night's price when the ratings were developed, that this horse has basically halved in price. So I shall be having a win bet on Tin Hat. That is 7-2. Assure Welcome. Again, Assure Welcome is one of the horses that has been backed today. Now, our odds and the forecast price were similar at 7-1, and that is the price that we've got, 7-1. So I shall be having an each way bet on Assure Welcome at 7-1. So to say once more, there will be two bets in this race for me. Because this is an open event, as we can see through all the ratings and data, I do believe it's an open event. I will be keeping stakes low, but I shall be advising a small win bet on Tin Hat and a small each way bet on a Sure Welcome. And if one of those wins, great. I mean, the ideal scenario is that a Sure Welcome wins, or a Tin Hat wins, or of course a Tin Hat wins and a Sure Welcome comes in the frame. So we'll see how we go with that. A small win bet on Tin Hat and a small each way bet on a Sure Welcome. We've hopefully found two value bets there. Of course, betting, sports investing is not easy. It is difficult, but as I do mention and state time and time again, the only way you will win long term at any type of sports betting is if you look for value. And I believe we've got value, although we may have missed the boat a little bit with Tin Hat, but there has been strong money for it all day. It's halved in price from the price of last night, and it's just half a point less than what our odds is suggesting. So, but because it has been backed, I'm happy to back that at 7-2, and a small each way bet on a Sure Welcome at 7-1. Fingers crossed we found you a little bit of value there, and we can follow up that lovely 8-1 winner that we had a few days ago. Thanks for listening. This will be the last video now before Christmas. I wish you, your family, all your friends and colleagues a fantastic Christmas. It's been a difficult year for everybody, and let's see what 2021 brings. I do believe January and February is going to be difficult and hard for us, but then I do think we're going to come through there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel, and I do believe that once we reach March, then things will certainly start to brighten up, and we'll get some normality back in our lives, and we can move forward. So it's been a difficult time. If you've got any questions about the service, or you just want to have a chat, email me via or my team via the support page on our website at ratinghorses.com. We're here to help you. Remember, we're all in the same boat. I'm not here to rip guys off. I'm trying to give you the best possible data and service at the cheapest rates. And this is one of the reasons I set up ratinghorses.com. I know there's been an awful lot of success stories with people who've managed to build their own mini systems and a number of mini systems, and they use those on a daily basis. And if you look at our systems page on the website, you'll see that we've got 6 systems. All are profitable at degrees of strength. Obviously, the National Hunt system is fantastic. All those systems are built using data and criteria within our ratings. So if nothing else, that surely and hopefully proves to you that the ratings, the data is great, and you can make profitable systems via the data. And yeah, there's been a lot of success stories. And if we can help you in any way manageable, me and my team are here to help you. Just send us an email with any questions, no matter how daft you may think that your question is. Sometimes things are not, bleedingly obvious. So we're always here to help you. Have a great Christmas, and I will hopefully get a video or two uploaded up between Boxing Day and New Year. Stay safe. Speak to you soon.